This video is going to be about how to create an interesting little IGC that helps your player character investigate his world, his level, his mission. So let me start off my level and show the examples we have. So if we jump over here, we have a little text that pops up, follows the camera, and I've already listed a quick tip on how to make it rotate and follow the camera. We all know how to make it hide and unhide by basically overlapping and not overlapping trigger volume. This would be complete maybe if you walked into it and it had a mumble. Maybe you could create a mumble, record off your phone, off your computer. I wouldn't record too much audio with real words. I mean, it's definitely a good step in the right direction if you want to do it. But unless you're going to really replace it with real actors, bad audio can really distract from the level, just like bad UVs with textures. So, and this is a more polished, much what we're going to replicate now, but with the soda bottles. I'm going to run over here to my newspaper. And these things are just kind of freely part of the level. I'm not requiring the player to do it like I am with the 1s, 2s, and 3s here. You must figure out how to open the door, how to turn on the generator, that type of stuff. So if we run over here, go across the bridge, and hey, what's this? Let's go to the newspaper. That ending's a little abrupt. I need to make the fade to black last longer and my player character appear during that fade to black. Although, he probably should be locked in place. So right before it, so you don't actually fall into the slime here. So what we're going to do is show you how to make that. It's a cool little IGC investigative tool. Really adds a lot to your mission and your level. What we're going to do is have it happen with these soda bottles here. So something similar to, wow, this place is old, it's abandoned. These bottles don't look as old as they should be. Some aren't even opened. That type of thing, which is leading us to figure out what is going on with this pink slime here. What is the source of it? What's its power, etc. So let's get started. First thing I want to do is set up a camera that's going to reflect my player. And if my player runs over here and grabs a bottle, the camera would be about this height and zoomed in to right about where he is now. So no matter what, I want to hit a trigger volume right about here and have our player looking at the bottle here. So let's get that set up. So how we do that is we just checked my player height was about here. I want him to run up to this point, and this is what he's going to see. So maybe I'll have him look at all of them. That looks a little, this looks like a bad framing right here. So I think it'd be a little bit higher. I'm going to rotate it so we see all these bottles. Much more interesting scene. So right away I have the camera set, and when I go to my matinee, add matinee, and I add a director group, or a new camera group, sorry, it's going to automatically create a camera. Name it appropriately. And if I go back to my level, I am looking right where the viewport was looking. So it sets it up right where their viewport was last looking. So that looks like a good opening shot. So the next thing I want to do is, how long is my animation going to be? If I pick up the bottle, look at it, make a couple comments, and then put it back down and maybe have a fade to black. I don't know if I'll add a fade to black in this video. It's probably got to be at least 10 seconds. So let's scroll it out to 10. And if I could grab the little pink triangle, I can do that. So 10 seconds is good. I want my camera to open in that position and probably over a second and a half. Zoom in a little bit. So my camera's in place. Let's zoom out. It's currently selected. Go over here, just to the side, and with my matinee at the right point, I'm going to zoom in a little bit. Rotate a little bit so it focuses on these bottles. It's like it's getting off line a little bit. And maybe even zoom in a little bit more. Alright, that looks pretty good. So let's go back to matinee and set my key. I want my camera to move from 0 to, oops, got to select the movement track. There we go. And I want to hold that position probably till the 8-second mark, I think. So we'll go to the 8-second mark and add another key. So it'll hold this position. Alright. Next step. Let us animate our bottle. And I'll put my viewport right where the camera is for the most part. I'll grab my bottle, go to matinee, and let's set a key at 0. But first we have to add a new empty group. Bottle. You see the camera icon, we know there's an object associated with it. Let's add a new movement group. Add new movement track, sorry, not group, track. And at 0, it already added a keyframe, so that's the start point. And maybe at the half-second mark, I'll go to the full second mark. Full second mark, we'll add another key so it stays there. And then over a second and a half, go to 2.5. We're now going to move the bottle. So let's pick it up. Bring it in close to the camera. Rotate it a little bit. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to leave it right there for now. And at the second and a half mark, I'm going to move it to that point. And then from 1 second and a half to 2.5, I'm going to adjust it. Whoa, what just happened there? I just set it. Apparently not. Let's delete that key. What happened here? Okay, there it is. I'm going to delete this key just in case there's something weird going on. Still selected. Reset that 0 key. Have it stay there for 1 second. And then we're going to pick it up for 1 second. Pick it up. Bring it over here. Set that key. And then for another second, we're going to look at it. So now let's rotate it. And set that key. All right. And at this point, this is my camera. Let's copy and paste this to 10. So the camera stays there till 10. Now let's test. Let's not do the whole thing and then test it. So what we need is a trigger volume, and I have my trigger volume right here. Made sure it was covering this whole area. I can't sneak in and not trigger it. So I go to my level blueprint, right click, context sensitive, add event, collision, on actor, begin overlap, which I've already created right here. So I need to set cinematic mode, which I've done here. If you drag this out, type in cinematic, set cinematic mode, and let's make sure it finds the right one. Did it find the right one? No. See, this is target as level script actor. We don't want it to say that. What we want it to say is target as player controller. So uncheck context sensitive, type in cinematic, whoops, and target as player controller, target as level script actor. No, we want this. Target as player controller. We click on that. This is what we've got right here. And from this we need to get player controller, which obviously you can just right click and type in get player controller and it'll find it. And there it is. We don't want our player to move or turn or do anything in this period. Next we want to do is play, and that's under cinematic. So if we go to cinematic, play. Now let's get a reference for our matinee. Right now it's just called matinee actor number 1. I'm going to have to close it. Go up here to matinee actor number 1. Back to my level blueprint. Right click. Create reference. Alright. Let us run over there and see how it looks. Oh, I didn't add a director group to my matinee. So back to matinee actor number 1, which I'm going to rename right now. Matinee underscore bottle IGC. Let's open bottle IGC. And we need a director group since we have a camera in here. So right click in an empty spot, add new director group. On frame 0, we are going to add a key. And what we want it to trigger is bottle IGC camera. And that's what it says, bottle IGC camera. And it also finds the bottle animation. We want it to trigger the camera. So click on that and hit OK. Now it'll trigger. Yes, you can close matinee. And why my player's disappearing, I don't know. Whoops, I should check that box, set cinematic mode, that's why. And let's do that again. So obviously it's way too close to the camera and it stays there for flipping ever. And I didn't reset cinematic mode yet, but the thing we want to adjust is the position. Let's go back to my matinee. Let's select my bottle. And let's just edit the final position here. What we want the final position to be would be, as you click on it, it zooms right in, which is nice. So let's go to keyframe, I believe it's this one. This is where it comes up and stays. Actually, no, let's check it again. Play. Let's watch this really quick. So Reopen matinee. So it pauses, then it comes up, and then it rotates a little bit. So at this frame, we want it to be a little bit farther back. Let's move it back a little bit and reconstitute that key. And on this frame, I will delete this key. And now we're going to see our bottle is still in the right spot. Now what we want to do is reset a new key. So it's still selected. Rotate it like so, rotate it a little bit this way, rotate it a little bit this way. Set a key. Tick-a-bam. Alright. That should be better. Play and check. There we go. That looks nice. Now let's just add some text. So the matinee part is finished for the most part. And now what I want to do is create some text here. So I'm going to grab a text render object. Drag and drop it in here. Let's make sure it has this texture on it. Click on this. Hit the magnifying glass. It finds it right here. Glow blue. Now let's go back to this guy. Have glow blue be its texture. And now let's write something, shall we? I'm just doing a quick estimate here where it's going to be. Looks pretty good. Might be too close. And whoops, let's write some text in here. There sure are a lot of soda bottles around here. Looks like a good first statement. And again, let's format this properly. Let's, after the R, hit Control Shift Enter. After soda, Control Shift Enter. That gives me a break, just like formatting Word or PDF. And let's see what it looks like. Looks like it's going to be too big. Let's scale it down a little bit. Move it over a little bit. Alright, play. Way too far away. Scale it down. Play. And why am I keep playing it? Because I want to see it in real time. I want to see it go through the camera. I want to see the bottle come up. Because I keep scaling it, it's getting a little hard to figure out where it goes. But this is what you do. Keep playing. Keep hitting enter. Very close. Very close. I'm going to scale that down again. Perfect. I just gotta move it over one more time. Over there. Looks tedious, but this is what you do. I gotta rotate it a little bit. These are the details you need to make your levels look polished, whether it's a portfolio, prototype, show your publisher, you show your fans, whatever. Darn close. I'm quite confident now that this is it. All right. First conversation. There sure are a lot of soda bottles around here. So my next text will be copy paste. What should we make this one say? Should we mention something that they're ageless again, just like the newspaper? Distributor. How do I spell this? Is it ER or OR? Somebody look that up for me now. Control Shift Enter. Control Shift Enter. And let's make the first one hidden so I can see it. I can see this next one. I don't like how it goes through the text, so I'm going to move it slightly forward. And I need a capital T. Oops, I got the wrong one. That's okay. Capitalization. Yes, it's important, even in a level walkthrough like this. All right, last check, and then we're going to have it appear, disappear, etc. Perfect. That's all I'm going to write. Two little statements. So the first one is hidden, and the second one will be hidden on default, so we don't see it in the level. So let's go back to our level blueprint. Set cinematic mode is working. The animation's playing. How long is the animation? The animation is, open our matinee, 10 seconds. So we need to match 10 seconds in here with delays. The blueprint does not recognize the animation length here. You're going to have to delay things to work with your animation. So if I was to create an audio file for this, go to my audio assets. So when I pick it up, anything in here that sounds like a picking up of a bottle, which I don't see. So what I'm going to use for now is the pickup key. So right when I pick it up, I want to hear something. And probably a couple sounds would be good, and murmuring would be good in the long run. So let's go back to our level blueprint. Let's play a sound at location. Play sound at location. That sound's going to be the pickup key. The location could be one of my whoa, what happened to my camera here? One of my text objects. So select one of those. Right click, reference. That's the whoops, I need to get actor location. Get actor location. Now I can connect it. So it's going to play the sound at this text render object. And I probably want to delay that for a second because it doesn't start moving for a second. So 1. Then it'll play the sound, which should probably be more of like a pickup bottle sound, like a jink or something. Next, I want to set hidden in game. So we're going to hear it pick up. If we look at our matinee, it pauses, we pick it up, we look at it. So it should probably appear at maybe 2.5. So we've already delayed it a second. So copy paste, add another 1.5. So at 2.5 our text will appear. Check the new hidden. I have to give it a target. And that's the first text. Is that our first text? No. Number 12 is our first text. Number 12, create a reference. That should appear. The minimum after doing the other IGC with the newspaper, I want it to be up there is 3.5 seconds. So I'm going to put it at 3.5. And then we're going to do this again. Copy paste. Actually, let's just delete that. We're going to copy this whole thing because we want it to disappear. Copy paste. And uncheck that. And then we want to delay it half a second before the next one pops up. So 0.5 seconds. And then we have another one pop up. Check that. And we repeat. Grab this, grab this, grab this, copy paste. So this next text render object will be number 13 here. I need a reference to that. So this one will show up half second after this one disappears. It will now stay up for 3.5 seconds again. And then I will make it disappear. And then we'll wait half a second. Or maybe longer. And we are going to reset cinematic mode so we can regain control of our player. And how many seconds do we have here? 3.5. So we have half a second. That's 4 seconds. 4.5. That's 8 seconds. That's 9.5 seconds. That is 10.5 seconds. So our matinee only has 10 seconds. Let us add half a second to that. And let's move this last key to be a 10.5. Any other keys in here need to be moved? Nope. So we're going to set ourselves back after it cuts. And let me get this right. I keep everything checked except I uncheck the set cinematic mode. Alright, let's play it. Play. Yes, close matinee. Oh! No text. I got that wrong, I guess. If you look at the one that's working, my first is... Oh, I got this reversed. So this should be unchecked. Hide it is checked. This one's unchecked, and this one's checked. Very simple toggle bool philosophy here. Play. Oh, what's going on here? Why aren't you working? Okay, so I discovered a mistake here. I just did a pause. So I've done this before. Set actor hidden in game. Target is actor. The one I had did not say target is actor, so I deleted them. So let's do this again. Set hidden. Uncheck context sensitive. rendering, scene. This one says target is scene component. This says target is actor. This is the one I need. Target is actor. Now I hook them up. Make sure the first one's unchecked to unhide it. Second one is checked to hide it. Link these all back up. More debugging. Live, on camera, debugging. Very exciting. This one needs to be checked. First one's unchecked. Link. Paste. This one's checked. Make sure they link. All right, here we go. Play. Oh! He stays in place forever. That's awesome. Oh, and he re-triggers it. Oops. So what do we got to do there? We got to destroy our trigger. So let's do a destroy actor. And our actor will be our trigger volume, which I'm going to have to get a reference for. Select our trigger volume. Go here. Context sensitive, create reference. Now we can't accidentally trigger it again. And my soda bottle is hanging in the air. So what could we do with that? We could also destroy it if we want, which is an easy solution. Or we could have it placed back down like the newspaper, which I don't want to do. So I'm just going to destroy it. Copy, paste. And I'm going to grab a reference for it. It would be nice if we just, as this cuts out, we hear it break and it's gone. Leave some broken remnants behind. Alright, let's play this. Little things like that where the level feels alive and the mission is full of action is good. Alright, perfect. So if you want to figure out how to do a fade to black, head over to my quick tips, and there's a fade to black which we can tack on to the beginning or the end, and we can see it function a little bit more like this. There's a quick fade there if you didn't notice. Fade in. Now we go through our text. Nice soda bottles there in the corner. Text on screen, keeps popping up, looks good. I think a mumble might be good in this. I might add some mumbles later. And a nice fade, which that timing's a little bit off, which we will fix. More polish, more fixing. Alright, that's it for our investigative IGC, utilizing text, objects in the world, and simple camera. Alright, I hope you find that helpful, and thanks for watching. Bye-bye.